Well, I arrived in Wangaratta in 1962 as a 12-year-old kid, and I never felt like a migrant.
Well, I think Wangaratta is virtually a sort of a model for Australia, the way it's happened, to be honest.
My father came here after the war. A few months later, he obtained the job at Bruck's, and he was there for the next 10 years.
It being after the war, and we just had a hell of a kerfuffle in Europe. And well, my brother, my oldest brother, he had migrated to Australia in 1951. And the letters he wrote was, well, I thought he'll be a millionaire next year. You know, the way he was saying how good it was. So my wife and I, we talked and we worked on it, and we finally migrated too. And here there was also plenty of work, and this was at Bruck and the Woolen Mill.
No, io sono venuto, mi ha chiamato mio fratello, sono venuto libero così. Poi altri lavori non ce n'era, o al comune potevi prendere, ma c'era un amico che mi ha fatto la parte, sono rientrato al Bruck, e a Bruck ho cominciato, a Bruck ho finito, ho fatto 32 anni.
My brother started a few weeks before me, and he was there till he retired. My other brother worked there for a little while, and other members of the family, aunties and uncles have worked there as well. Well, there's a lot of migrants that they came to Bruck's through Wangaratta. After the Russian invasion in Hungary, my father was coming to Wangaratta, and he met a lot of Hungarian migrants, refugees. He met some of them and he took them back to Wangaratta, which then eventually got a job at Bruck's.
And there is old army barracks here in town, and people will tell you that's where they stayed when they first came to Wangaratta from the migrant centres. They were sent and they stayed there and worked at Bruck. Wangaratta was a textile town.
È un paese, per me era alright, perché io vengo da un paese piccolo. E allora qui era tanto più grande e mi sembrava tanto meglio, no? A me mi ha fatto una buona impressione, ma quello che è stato bello è prendere lavoro, che ho cominciato a prendere moneta, mandavo moneta a mia moglie.
I started off in what they call at Bruck's the finishing room. That's where the big rolls of material get put through machinery to make it more shiny and smell better and you know all that.
Era un bel lavoro, mi piaceva, solo che dovevi lavorare a turni, a shift. Però eri dentro, pioveva, faceva freddo.
It was actually quite good. And I liked it. And what it of course is, you learn a new trade. I didn't know anything about textiles. But that doesn't take very long. You soon learn what you have to do.
Prima te lo insegnano e poi te lo danno. Non era come da noi che lo dovevi sapere. Qui prima ti mandano a scuola, quando sei insegnato ti danno il lavoro.
And the skilling would be purely whatever was required to do that job. And that was your task. And then you would just methodically go at it day in, day out.
At first you have to learn the technical terms, you know, and they say something and they say, yeah, what is that? Explain to me what that means. And it takes a bit of time. But you weren't the only one, because I would say about, well, 3/4 of the workforce was migrant stock, yeah. There's plenty of them, Italians and Germans and yeah, a bit of everything.
Polacchi, greci, da tutte nazioni.
Czechoslovaks, Yugoslavs, from all countries. It was like the United Nations.
All the different languages was the interesting thing, because of course in the 50s and 60s there wasn't a lot of support systems for non-English speaking people.
If you had Italians that would speak their language, another country people would speak their own language, but if there was say an Italian and a Poles or Yugoslav that would speak English to understand each other.
Now when I think back, we probably could have done a lot more, but it was really learn English or else type thing. We had a Polish lady as a training officer and an Italian man as a training officer in the weaving side of our mill.
Io sono venuto nel 61, ce n'erano che erano venuti nel 55, sapevano qualche parola, poi c'era un altro che era cresciuto qua e lui era come capo di noi altri che ci insegnava il lavoro e lui parlava calabrese come noi e è stato easy per noi.
There is a lass in Wangaratta whom we used to call in to do some Italian translation. If ever we had manuals from machinery manufacturers overseas, sometimes we had a German man there who could do some translation for us, or if there were any individuals that needed sort of extra support, those sort of facilities were found. But back in the 50s and 60s, even in the early 70s as I recall, must have been quite difficult for people of sort of a home language to come in and pick it all up.
But everybody worked well together. And I look at those people as they put out a very good contribution to not just to Brucks but to Wangaratta as a whole.
There's certainly no hatred, and there's certainly not much dislike because, well, on Sunday you see him again at the soccer field, why make arguments, you know?
Irrespective of which country or culture you come from, everybody sort of got together as part of the community, and there was a lot of mateship among everybody. Yeah, it was quite good.
It was a little sort of gel pot of what the future of Australia became.